I woke up and felt something in my pajama pants pocket, and it was this. I have no idea what this is. It's the color of a cheese stick, but it's the texture of a Laffy Taffy. Speaking of weird, today we're doing The Argus by Ween for a man very concerned with me having enough corn. Jason Mansour, thank you so very much for your kind support. This one has me stumbling and fumbling, so I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna take a break. I'm exhausted. All right, so there's a very helpful video of Gene Ween playing this solo acoustic. On the album, there's two guitars. There's a low guitar and a high guitar. We're gonna do the Capo 5 high guitar because that's where all the fun stuff happens. So for the very beginning, grab G2, and you're gonna kind of sloppily strum most of the strings as you do this, and slide up to 4. So 2 4, 2 open, and then hammer on pull off, open 2 open, land on D2. So and then you hit that low E string every so often just to make sure everyone knows it's an E minor chord you're playing. The second one starts the same, but then we land on D2, open, slide up to 4. And the third one is slide up to 12 from here. Well, this is 4 and this is 12. You know what I mean? We're getting far away from the capo. So 12, 10, 4, and then hammer on pull off, or hammer on to from 4 to 10, and then open. So, which is a kind of a neat move there. You have to, you want to go, because that's kind of the thing we do more often, but it's to open into E minor. So the whole intro here. Into our main little cool. So a little more about that. You can kind of do, because he was sort of riffing in that live video, and the neat notes that he added were 1 higher on the G string and 1 higher on the D string. And then he kind of did this neat little chord here, which is actually an E minor chord with an extra note in it. It's an E minor add 9, and then he turned that into what looks like it might be a B minor 7, but it's not. He put his middle finger on that B string 3rd fret, which actually makes it an E minor add 9 with a 7th in there as well. Who cares what it's called? And then he played an A7, and then he played a B minor, and then he walked down past G into the E minor. So mess around there however kind you want. But the main theme now is just open E string and A strings going 2, 4, 5, 2, 4. And then we're into the singing. Alright, for the verse we can kind of keep our E minor chord and follow the melody. So the D string is going to change. It's 2, right, when we play E minor. 2, open 2, 4, 5, or 10. 4, 2, open 2, 4, 2, open, and then A7 with a little hammer on that B string 2nd fret. You just kind of hang there for a minute. So, followed by C7. It's C with your pinky finger on G3, E minor, C7, E minor, C7, G, B7. When the other guitar plays a low E, you definitely hear it there, but this guy's playing B7 with the capo on the 5th fret, which makes it an E7, right? So this is my favorite open chord. 2 on the A string, 1 on the D string, 2 on the G string, 2 on the baby E string. And there you go, that's chunk 1. Chunk 2 is the exact same as chunk 1, except the second part of chunk 2 is a little shorter, so... And then we have that little walking part, which is going to be like you're playing a G, but we only need these 2 fingers because we're plucking. Or you can make it a whole G and strum it. That works too, but the plucking way, like a G. And then E string 2nd fret, other 2 open, E minor, back up to the middle one. Start at the beginning. A7, but just for one measure that time, and then back to our little walk. That's what you make tiny Chinese food in, a little walk. Second time it's B7. Boom, boom, boom. All right, this bridge is super cool. It's straight out of Pearl Jam's Pilot. You'll recognize this instantly. Okay, A string, 2nd fret, B string, 3rd fret. This is a root and a minor 3rd, and we're going to use this shape and this shape, so root and major 3rd. 2, 3, 3, 5, and now you can get the rhythm of how it goes on the album version done with these shapes, but it's a little clunky, so I'll show you what Gene did in the live version as well. Up 2 frets, up 2 more frets, but make it minor, and then walk your way back down. So. Like I said, a little clunky, so he just strummed each one out a little longer, and I think you have license to do your thing here using those chords. And then when it does the different thing at the end of each little phrase, there it goes A minor 7, so B1, D2, and then a little open G, because if you strum D, G, and B open, it's a G chord. D, and then a neat thing you can do to sort of make it move the right direction is switch to D with an F sharp in the bass, the better man chord, right, with your pointer finger on E2, G2, B3, and slide into G, so... some stuff you can do in the bridge. And then you've made it, home stretch. You left off on, and you're on G, and you just hang on G, and we saw Gene go a little walk up on the E string. And then E minor. Back to G. And then back to E minor. And then the cool bridge. Happy, triumphant ending to such a minor starting song. Yeah, Jason, that was a fun one. That was a weird one. Thank you again. Thanks for the cool request. I'm sure there's a couple of people anyways who will be really excited to see Ween appear here. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time with more stuff. Happy Saturday. Goodbye.